how's it going? So, on Tucker Carlson in the United States, for American viewers, and those of you outside the United States, you've probably seen clips of this. Tucker Carlson, who is a broadcaster on Fox News, and he's actually the only broadcaster on any of the legacy media who is trying to tell the truth about the things that are going on around the world. Well, he was deeply troubled by the fact that there's this group of African Israelites, I think they are. It's this crazy-ass group of guys who are African-American who believe all kinds of nonsense. I mean, they're just, really out to lunch. And a lot of the things that they believe in are kind of outrageous and or despicable, But the Biden administration is persecuting them because of free speech, because of shit that they have said. And little posters that they put up here and there that mean nothing. I mean, they're just a little radical, crazy-ass outfit that has zero political impact, although they are fairly noticeable. But, they're more like an amusement, really, than anything else. I mean, you can't take them seriously. But the Biden administration is persecuting these people because of their speech. They haven't done anything. They haven't, burned down a building like Black Lives Matter did back in 2020. Oh, no. These guys, they just give their little speeches and their little bullshit and their little pamphlets, and that's it. And the Biden administration is persecuting them using the federal government to shut them down. Now, Tucker Carlson has been talking about this quite a bit, and with good reason, because this is the epitome of freedom of speech, to say something stupid and outrageous that most everybody disagrees with, but okay, fine, you do you, kind of thing, right?
Gonzalo Lira, born February 29, 1968, is an American novelist and filmmaker. Born in Burbank, California, he is the son of Gonzalo Lira Valdez and Maria Isabella Lopez Hess. He is a descendant of Juan Miguel Carrera. He grew up in the San Fernando Valley, New York City, and Miami, as well as Guayaquil, Ecuador. He completed high school at St. George College in Santiago, Chile. In 1985, he attended Dartmouth College. In 1991, graduating with honors in 1995 with a degree in history, bullshit, and philosophy. See, and that's bullshit. See, but we gonna go and find out, because he ain't, you would think that, okay, he might be one of our people from the Northern Kingdom. No. He's a descendant of the oppressor. He's a descendant of these Edomite conquistadors. See, that's who he is. Now let's go into it. Let's go into who he is. He's a descendant of those individuals that came conquering our people that was in those areas of Chile. But let's get it. He is a descendant of Juan Miguel Carrera. Let's read into it. Let's read it. Jose Miguel Carrera. And what does it say right here? Jose Miguel Carrera Verdugo, an American Spanish, October 15, 1785, September 4th, 1821, was a Chilean general, formerly Spanish military member of the prominent Carrera family, and considered one of the founders of the independent Chile. Carrera was the most important leader of the Chilean War of Independence during the period of the Patria Villa, Old Republic. After the Spanish Reconquista de Chile, meaning reconquest, he continued campaigning from exile after defeat. His opposition to the leaders of independent Argentina and Chile, San Martin and O'Higgins, respectively made him live in exile in Montevideo. From Montevideo, Carrera traveled to Argentina, where he joined the struggle against the Unitarians. Carrera's small army was eventually left isolated in the province of Buenos Aires Buenos Aires from the other Federalist forces. In this difficult situation, Carrera decided to cross the native-controlled lands all the way to Chile to once and for all overthrow the Chilean supreme. So this guy, he is not our people. He is a heathen. He ain't nothing but an Edomite conquistador, the descendants of those motherfuckers that came saying, calling themselves the conquistadors.
Territory of Chile has been populated since at least 3000 BCE. By the 16th century, Spanish conquistadors began to colonize the region of present-day Chile, and the territory was a colony between 1540 and 1818, when it gained independence from Spain. The country's economic development was successively marked by the export of first agricultural produce, then saltpeter and later copper. The wealth of raw materials led to an economic upturn, but also led to dependency, and even wars with neighboring states. Migrating Native Americans settled in the fertile valleys and coastal areas of what is present-day Chile.
Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shah, Call Halayim La Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Racha Ha Kwadash, and dumb honors to the big brethren, the men of great millstone, and to the rest of the brethren on down is teaching and preaching the true doctrine of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Shalom Bayat Dawada, and to the Akim Akwata Sata repenting, Shalom to you, Mashpaka. Shahakarab coming at you with a quick one. And you see a little bit of the information. But I'm just doing this. I just want to go and read a few of these scriptures on, these people's enemy. You can tell. You can tell they are enemies. Disrespectful to the motherfucker. Run around talking about calling us these people, they the African Hebrew Israelites. We ain't no motherfucking Africans. See? But see, that's a sign of them they disrespect. See, to sit back and call you a damn African Hebrew Israelite. That don't make no damn sense. See? And then saying all the shit that he was saying concerning individuals that preach the truth. Oh, they just nonsense, and I don't even know how you can even take them serious. And it just, it's funny, it's hilarious, and they hilarious, and they just speaking against the truth. See, because the motherfucker an enemy, and that's why I went into the little background on who he is, and who he is, and where he's from, and who he is. That's that's why I went into that, Because he's the oppressor. He's the descendant of those that oppressed our people that was down there in Chile and Uruguay and down in those parts. He's the oppressor. He's the descendant of the oppressors. And then that's why the scripture says there's no end. Matter of fact, let me just grab that real quick. That's why the scripture says there's no end of all the people that have been before thee. Matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. Ecclesiastes, let me see, is that 4:16? And what it says? Ecclesiastes 4 and verse 16. There is no end of all the people, even of all that have been before them. They also that come after shall not rejoice in him. Surely, this is also vanity and vexation of spirit. See? But what it says, there ain't no end. So he is a descendant of those individuals that came over here conquering and cutting down our people and taking their land and doing it and killing them and doing. He's a descendant of those. So what you think gonna happen to him when Yahweh shall return? What you think gonna happen to him? See? But let me grab this. Let me just break the ice with this one though. Romans 8 and verse 16. It is the spirit that quickeneth. Slakia. Let me speeding up. Let me read this one. Romans 8:16. The spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh. See? The Spirit bear witness that we are the children of Yahweh, meaning what contains in these scriptures. And you can also go according to how His Spirit. That's why I was able to go into that and show a little bit of who He is and where He come from. See, because He's not our people. See, just because He say He was down there in Chile and that don't mean nothing. He's not our people. He is the oppressor. And I just wanted to go into that because you see the way he was talking concerning the scriptures. You don't think he heard pertaining to the individuals that's on the chart? You don't think he heard? See, he know who he is. A lot of these heathens, they know who they are. That's why once you read and go into the chart and these individuals they know they not of them people that's on the chart. They know that. They know they're the oppressor. They're the enemies. They know that. So that's why they speak against it and come against you that's proclaiming the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. See? But let me read this and go into a few of these other scriptures. Because you heard that bullshit he was saying, but let's go get it. Romans 8:16. The Spirit itself bear witness with our spirit that we are the children of Yahweh. See? These heathens are through. But let's go grab this one though. Let's go get Amos 5:10. What it says? They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. You heard what he was saying? Oh yeah, these people, they be saying it's a bunch of nonsense, a bunch of outrageous stuff. Wait a minute, I ain't never known the scriptures to be outrageous. I ain't never known the words of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua to be crazy or outrageous or anything like that. The words of our Father and our big brother is uplifting to me. I ain't know the words of righteousness and judgments and mournings and woes and all this. I ain't know all that was ridiculous and outrageous and you know saying all this old stupid ass shit he was saying. Because why? They are the enemy, man. So what does it say? They hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. See? So here it is, you speaking righteously, and then he talking about all this they be saying a bunch of ridiculous stuff, and you know, how is it ridiculous? Why? Because you're saying what's going to happen to the enemy? What's going to happen to these motherfuckers that oppressed us? These people something else. See, they don't want judgment, but it's coming. It's on its way, and we'll be glad to see the fall of our enemies. We gonna be glad to see that day. But let's move on. Let's go to Isaiah 29:21. I'm going to start at verse 20. For the terrible ones, Isaiah 29:20, for the terrible ones is brought to naught, and the scorner is consumed, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. Verse 21 is the point. That make a man an offender for a word. And what do? They make you an offender for the word. For you speaking the truth of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, they basically saying that you the offender. You offending them. See? But they are the offender. They are the oppressor. They are the motherfuckers that afflicted us. But you supposed to be the wrongdoer. And lay a snare for him that reproveth in the gate, and turn aside the just for a thing of naught. And see what they do? And this is what they do. They speak against individuals that speak in righteousness. See, bunch of devils, man. Let's grab this. Jeremiah, chapter 20. And I'm going to go down to 7 and 8. what it says? It says Jeremiah's complaint. But we got the same complaint to this day right now. And let's read it. What does it say? Jeremiah 20:7. O Yahweh, thou hast deceived me, and I was deceived. Thou art stronger than I, and hast prevailed. I am in derision daily. Everyone mocketh me. And what Jeremiah was saying, he was speaking the truth, and what they was doing, turn around and mocking him. See? But this time when our people was mocking him. But in our time now, shit, you got our people mocking the brothers right now. And the heathens mocking you. You heard what that damn devil said. Oh, they put this ridiculous stuff on, and they did this, and they did that. They always got something to say. But let's see what they gonna have to say when the judgment come. But this verse 8 is the point, though. And what it says, Jeremiah 20:8. For since I spake, I cried out. I cried violence and spoil. And what we doing? What the brothers that's on the highways, the hedges, and everybody else of our people, what they doing? Ain't you crying out for the violence that been done to you? Ain't you crying out for all of the spoiling that have been happened to you? Everything that been taken from you? Ain't you crying out against that? Ain't you crying out against all the violence that you done had to endure by the hand of your damn oppressors? Yeah, you are. But what? But the word of Yahweh was made a reproach unto me, and a derision daily. See? So you speaking the words of the Most High, man. And it's from the enemies, it's a reproach unto you daily. Because what they do, they got something to say. Saying that these guys are speaking all this nonsense and this stuff that is ridiculous and stuff. That's just somebody, he don't even believe in the scriptures. Because he a heathen. He ain't nothing but a heathen ass, a group of conquistador descendants, a stinky ass Spanish fucking Edomite. That's all he is. He ain't nothing but a Spanish ass Edomite. See? But let's get this one. 1 Peter, chapter 3. And I'm going to go down to 16. Let me see. I start at 15. 1 Peter 3 and 15. But the point is 16. But sanctify the Lord, power, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, in your hearts. And be ready always to give an answer to every man that asketh you a reason of the hope that is in you, with meekness and fear. Verse 16. Having a good conscience, that whereas they speak evil of you as of evildoers, they may be ashamed that falsely accuse your good conversation in Mashiach. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to be put to shame. Very soon. They're going to be put to shame. See? Because they saying you're doing evil. Run around calling us some damn African Hebrew Israelites, motherfuckers. They disrespectful, man. But the minute you say something against these people, you get a strike. They come at you and say that's hate speech. Here it is, but motherfuckers, they show their hatred to you every day. But then here it is, you got to get strike. You got to your channel get strike. For what? And for them making up some shit talking about hate speech and all this old nonsense? That's nonsense. Lies, bearing false witness on people. That's nonsense. Not speaking the truth ain't no nonsense. But see, that's what these people do. They are something else, man. But let's grab this Matthew. Matthew 5. And let's go down and read 11 and 12. What it says? Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely. What? Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my sakes. But what did he say? What did Yahweh Shah say? Rejoice and be exceedingly glad, for great is your reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which were before you. See? And they and speaking falsely against you, that's a form of persecuting you. Saying the things that they be saying all these crazy, outrageous, and crazy things, and they got all these signs and passing out these flyers and all that, just speak. He go get it, man. He go fucking get it. See, but let's go grab this other one and end off with this one, because I ain't want this to be long. I just wanted to bring out a few scriptures on it. 1 Corinthians chapter 4. And let's start at 9 and read it to 13. What it says? 1 Corinthians 4 and verse 9. For I think that Yahweh has set forth us the apostles last, as it were appointed to death. For we are made a what? For we are made a spectacle unto the world, and to angels, and to men. We are fools for Mashiach's sake, but ye are wise in Mashiach. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised. And they despise the truth, man. All these wicked motherfuckers, they despise the truth. See? But what it says, you have been made a spectacle. See? But matter of fact, let's go into that. Let's go into that word right quick. Matter of fact, let me continue reading. First, matter of fact, let's go into the spectacle first. Let's grab that spectacle. Theatron. It says a theater, a place in which games and dramatic spectacles are exhibited, and public assembly held. For the Greeks used the theater also to form, it says what? A public show. Metaphorically, a man who is exhibited to be gazed at and made sport of. And see, and that's what they do. They sit back and point their fingers and ha ha ha, look what he got on. Look at the long garment he got on. Ha ha. That's what they do. But they gonna pay for that. They gonna pay. They gonna fucking pay. They gonna fucking pay, man. But let's read this. Verse 11. Even unto this present hour, we both hunger and thirst, and are naked, and are buffeted, and have no certain dwelling place. Verse 12. And labor, working with our own hands, being reviled, we bless, being persecuted, we suffer it. Verse 13. Being defamed, we entreat. We are made as the filth of the world, and are the offscouring of all things unto this day. You ever heard the term, you're the scum of the earth? That's how they look at us, man. Any individual brothers that's out there on the highways and hedges that's preaching the truth, they look at you as scum. Because they think the righteous that's speaking righteously, they look at you as scum and think that they scummy asses is to be looked at as the righteous. That's what these people do. They call evil good and good evil. That's what they do. But let's grab these words and end it off real quick. Let's go into defamed. Let's grab that defamed. Defamed. Blasphemio. And what did they do? Didn't they say they falsely speak? They accuse you falsely? They speak evil of you and accuse you falsely? That's what that blasphemio is going into. What it says right here. To speak reproachfully, rail at, revile, calumniate. It says blasphemy, to be evil spoken of, reviled, railed at. See? And that's what they do. And that's what they do. But let's get the other one. It said, let's get that filth. What does it say? For that filth, and this is how they look at you. It says, offscoring, refuse, metaphorically, the most abject and despicable men. Matter of fact, let me see, I just read this. B, the price of expiation or redemption, because the Greek used to apply the term katamata to victim sacrifice to make expiation for the people, and even to criminals who were maintained at the public expense, that on the outbreak of a pestilence or other calamity, they might be offered as sacrifice to make expiation for the state. But you see the point right here, what it says. The most abject of despicable man. And that's the way he was speaking. See? That's the way he was speaking. But let's get the other one. And it says what? That offscoring. Offscoring. And it says what? What is wiped off? Dirt rubbed off. Offscouring. Scraping. But then when you come down, what does it say right here? Strong's definition. It says from the comparative of G4012 and to rub. Something brushed off around, i.e. off scrapings, figuratively scum. So what does it say? That they do what? They look at you, that what you are made the scum of the earth. That's how they look at you. You preaching the truth, and they run around talking about you basically. You know, look at these damn ninjas. They the scum of the earth. They talking all this nonsense and all this. They just the scum of the earth. See, this is how these people talk to you, talk about you. Their judgment is coming, man. See, their judgment is fucking coming. And I'm going to end it off there. All praise be to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakha Ha Kodash. Shalom, Yasharallah.